So hi, welcome to the Good Noise Podcast with Divide by Zero. We're gonna ask some questions today. I'm gonna start. So what inspired you guys to start the band, and what does the band name mean?
I knew this was coming. The band, there's kind of two lineups, really. I was in a band already called Divide by Zero that was breaking up, and I didn't really want to ditch all our songs, and I didn't really want to ditch the band name, so I kind of started a second band and started that name, or stole that name.
Mhm.
But back like 10 years ago, do you guys remember how bad memes were?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were terrible, right? And do you remember demotivational posters?
Yep.
I think so.
Yeah, there's a trend of demotivational posters that said divide by zero at the bottom. And so, terrible story. I took the name for our band from awful memes from a decade ago. And
Wow.
then we started our band in 2017.
Okay.
I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know
What an origin story, right?
Yeah.
it's
I know,
awful.
awful. We started, I was in a band in high school that we never even played a gig. We tried to start a band, and that was one of the names that was spitballed that we never used. So, like, then 5-6 years later, or something like that, I was like, I like this old band name. I'm going to take that and use it.
So it just kind of stuck with you for however many years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I first released a track when I wasn't even in a band, just using the name Divide by Zero in, I think, 2012. Was the first time I used it. So yeah, just kind of stuck with it and kept using it.
All right.
Well, that's solid. All right. So congratulations on your newest release, Quarantine Happy Hour. How do you feel about the
Thank you.
response to it so far?
I'll let you talk, Sid.
I mean, it's very interesting because, you know, some of the songs on that we've done kind of before, but this, I think, is like their most like fleshed out versions. And so, you know, for some of our fans who've been, you know, around for a little while, especially when we were, you know, doing like college basement parties and stuff with some of those songs, it's kind of like, this is their final form. And it's like, wow, like this is them really brought to life. So I think the reception's been pretty solid. And I mean, just looking at some of our like places that we've been like heard is like far and away places we've never even been to. And that's so like surreal. It's like, oh yeah, one of our top cities is like Chicago. And then like the next one's somewhere in Norway. And it's like, oh, okay, cool.
Oh,
It's definitely, yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, the coolest thing for me, because this our producer is Cody from Millington, who I know has been on the show and is just so incredibly talented and so popular. And he was like, oh, this is gonna do so well. This EP is gonna be huge. And I was like, oh no, what if it's not huge? And so like he's using hundreds of thousands and millions of streams. So we obviously are not that popular, but to see without any promotion over out in like France, being featured on a stock band page, and like to just random countries, having a following in Moscow, and we've never ran an ad ever anywhere near Moscow.
Yeah.
Or near Russia. People just found us because they're like, oh, we like Millington, and we like these other ska bands like Half Past Two, and like because we're kind of in that circle now, and people just found us all over the world, and people reaching out saying, hey, I love your band, and I've never met them before. It was so cool.
that's awesome.
That's really cool.
All right.
Congratulations on that.
I'm gonna have to flip my question since you said Cody's your producer. What's it like working with Cody, with like him in the producer chair?
So do you want to go or do you want me to?
You can go for it. Hit it.
So he's phenomenally talented, and we released a demo in 2017, and we pulled it from Spotify after hopping in the studio with Cody because we were so embarrassed of our original demo tape that was on like Spotify and different services like that, because he just brought everything to a new level. I'm sure you guys have heard a lot of Millington's work, and he was an intern for John Feldman, arguably the most famous producer in all of punk rock. And I would say Cody's better than John Feldman. I feel like he took everything that the most famous producer in punk does and somehow made it even better, put his own spin on it. And
So
he
true.
brought our songs to another level. He just sent us a mix yesterday, actually. And I'll send you guys a preview. You can have an exclusive. I'm not sure when this is airing, but you guys can pop a couple seconds up if you want. And he just sent us a mix back yesterday, and it's amazing what he does with these songs. Because he didn't even produce this one. He just mixed it, and he brought another level to it.
Okay. I had no idea he produced, honestly,
Yeah,
until
neither
this
did
very
I.
second.
Oh my God, I'll promote him a little bit instead of us. Yeah, Cody is not only a singer, he's a multi-instrumentalist. He played almost every instrument on his first record. And he was an intern, like I said, for John Feldman. And his biggest credit is working on Blink-182's 2016 album.
What?
California.
Okay.
So
I wish I knew
Oh.
all this when we interviewed him.
Yeah. That would have been cool. That would've been cool.
I reached out to Cody on a whim over a year ago, and I was like, okay, this guy's a big shot producer. He worked on the last Blink album. I was like, hey man, you're also from Albany. Do you produce other bands? He goes, yeah, of course. I'll schedule you guys in for 6 months. And I was like, what?
Okay.
And it was like the longest wait of our lives waiting to get into the studio with him because he's so busy. But he's a phenomenal producer. Even better, like he's already an amazing musician, singer, even better producer. So he brought our stuff to a new level.
Mhm.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think you reaching out to him was like a bit of like a stars aligned kind of moment. Cause like, didn't like his girlfriend play hockey with your sister or like some like weird
Yep, that was it.
6 degrees
So it
of
was
separation? Is like,
it
hey,
was-
we know this guy through this. Let's reach out. I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah, that was basically it. I was just like, went to my sister, like, please ask her if he'll produce. And then she just like gave me his email, and he was so chill, which was so surprising. He's like very down to earth considering his success. Like I would say he's probably the biggest ska band out there right now.
All right.
Definitely. All right.
From the new wave, yeah, like not the classic. So
Yeah.
maybe it's like Interrupters and then Millington
Yeah.
and then Call Me Malcolm. I think that's the order right now.
Okay, definitely. So can you tell me a little bit about your writing process for the CP?
Yeah, sure. These songs were written like all over the place. 2 of them were songs that I wrote in high school that were left over. One was we all wrote as a group together, and then another one was kind of a song that I also wrote in high school, but it went through a bunch of changes. Like we were like, oh, let's take the chorus from this song and like this verse from high school. So this was a little bit of us playing catch up. We're like, let's take the greatest hits from the last 10 years, some of our favorite songs, and then our next EP coming out is going to be actually just a brand new batch of songs, not old ones. So
Yeah.
every song had a different writing process. The one we did together was just us all sitting down like, let's write a song. And our saxophone player was like, I like the key of D. And I'm like, there, let's do it. And we just we decided to make the most ska song possible. So that's our song, What a Skank, which is a pun on skanking, the ska dance. And then the other songs, I did a different process. Sorry, that's such a long answer. Every song had a different process. I would like sometimes sit down and write the chords, and then I'd write the chords, and then maybe a lead lick, and then the vocal melody and the lyrics would come in all be in one session. Sometimes I would write just the chord progression and a lead lick, and then I would take lyrics that I just happen to have written down and like kind of shoehorn them in. Every song has a different process with us.
Oh, well, very interesting. So where was your headspace at when you guys were writing the CP? I know you said it was all over the place in terms of when they were written.
This is pretty much a breakup EP, and Sid's not a fan of that.
What?
So Sid and our saxophone player Finkel do not like songs about girls. I think it's totally.
Whoa,
overdone.
hold on. That's not. We don't like all the songs that we write being about girls. Because it's be like, he'll be like, "Hey guys, I wrote a song." It's like, "Is it about a girl?" Yes.
Okay, we'll take it back. Go work on it some more.
I was gonna say, excuse you. I don't hate all songs about girls.
They thought
Anyway,
we
continue.
overdid it.
Sorry.
So the this song that I told you guys that we just got a mix back for yesterday is political. Our next EP is going to mostly focus on politics because they're tired of it all being around girls. But this was pretty much a collection of breakup songs about, I think, like 3 different girls. So very emo, very moody. And then What a Skank is just supposed to be like funny. That one is just us trying to make the most ska song possible.
Okay, yeah. You succeeded with that. That was a very good
Oh,
song.
great, thanks.
Yeah. So while listening through this EP, what band or artist influences pop out the most to you guys?
Definitely for like for What a Skank, like Real Big Fish for me, at least vocally, kind of came to mind because for them they very upbeat, very up tempo kind of stuff, and it's more of like a tongue in cheek kind of thing. Like the whole title is a pun, so just kind of like this lighthearted energy. So, and I think that kind of also in terms of like the structure of the song with ska chorded, upstrummed verses with more power chorded, distorted choruses. So that in and of itself was kind of like a send up to their kind of structure for songwriting. And then
100%, that song was Real Big Fish. That's all I thought about when I tried to figure out how to write a walking bass line in a minor key. I like looked at Beer and really Fish's song Beer and go, oh, that's how he walked that there. Like
Hmm.
that song 100% influenced by Real Big Fish. And
Okay.
then Temptation, I think, is very much influenced by Sum 41 and not on purpose. Just listening to it, I'm like, oh, that's early 2000s Sum 41.
Yeah.
Like I think a lot of her EP sounds like early Sum 41, maybe like 2000s Green Day with like some horns on top of it.
Okay.
Okay.
Something I can get behind.
That was very good.
So this question
I'm
should
really
be.
disappointed in the next stuff then because we're kind of going in a totally different direction.
Oh no.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine.
That's
So
fine.
we're experimenting.
Well, as you should. Your project, not mine.
Exactly.
So this question should be super, super quick. Off the top of your head, I want you to describe this EP for new listeners in 3 words. No more, no less. Both of you have to do it.
Pick it up.
Cheap.
Okay. Solid. Oh.
Oh, dang. About a girl?
Also cheap.
Sure.
We'll,
Yeah,
we'll let it slide.
that works. So kind of in the same vein of the last question, is there a certain feeling or emotion you want this EP to invoke in your listeners?
I think everything is gonna be okay. This
Aw.
has been a tough year for everyone, and we jokingly called it quarantine happy hour because when the quarantine first started, Sid and I bought a bar for our apartment, and we because we live together even though I'm not home right now, but we stocked up the bar and decided as a hobby to start making cocktails and made a joke quarantine happy hour. So it's a rough year. It's been a rough year for everybody. These songs are crazy emo, but hopefully there's a little bit of a message of there's a light at the end of the tunnel.
Mhm.
So everything's gonna be all right. Is the vibe. As Real Big Fish said, life sucks. Let's dance.
So true. So true.
So where do you guys see the band in the next 5 years? And you're talking about this new stuff. What can you tell us about it?
We're gonna be broken up.
Okay.
5 years? No
Oh.
way. No, I'm
Christ.
joking. We made it this long. Like the
Exactly.
original lineup started in 2016. We're somehow still going. In 5 years, I hope we have some success that makes us want to keep going. Our next
Mhm.
EP is gonna be out summer, hopefully.
Ooh.
A
Okay.
new remix of a song off our original demo coming out soon. I'm really hoping to get that out in April. We have a Machine Gun Kelly cover coming out.
Oh wait,
And
what
also,
song?
I think, Bloody Valentine.
So
Okay.
true. His best song.
Okay. You
Yep.
should have had Glory do guest vocals on it. She's really good at that song. She sings it between the meetings.
No, it's not too late. I mean,
Oh my god. Oh god. It is. It is. For your own sake, say it is. Oh no. Ooh.
all right, cool. Send me the vocals tonight. We'll get that going. We did a
Sure.
cover of I Think I'm Okay with Cody from Millington on YouTube too, so that's already out there.
Mhm.
But yeah, we have really exciting Chris Escalante, who's also a music producer and a notable YouTube personality and voiceover actor. He's a big Millington fan, and he discovered us through Millington. So he's actually going to co-produce a record coming up with us. So we're really excited, and we're getting to work on that on Saturday. And one, downside of the pandemic is we can't really go into the studio, but the upside is that we have the technology, and nowadays it's so cheap to build your own recording setup.
Yeah.
So we're going to be working on that remotely starting Saturday. So the new EP, we start recording Saturday, and the new single started getting mixed like this week. So the ball's rolling for the next step of Divide by Zero.
That's awesome.
You guys are getting a lot of big opportunities too. It's only a matter of time.
Mhm.
Dude, we are so lucky. It is not fair. Like, I think about that all the time, how the stars aligned with Cody, and I'm like, it's not fair. Like, we're not that good. Why is he working with us? Like, how did this happen?
Yeah.
So we've been extremely fortunate so far to see these bigger names recognize us. So super exciting.
Oh yeah.
Awesome. So for the last couple of questions, we're actually going to shift away from music, if that's okay with you two.
Yeah, of course.
Sick. We're going to go straight to death row.
Boom.
So if you're on death row, what would your last meal be with a drink?
Boom.
There you go.
Well, okay, because my gut reaction is because I've looked at this before with like different death row meals.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
There was that one gentleman who I think ordered like all this food and then like never ate it, just to,
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
ate, and they had to put a limit of like $50 on your last meal
Yeah.
or whatever. And there's like some guy who ordered like a single pea or something, and just like whatever. Probably just a really nice steak and like
Ooh.
a fine wine to go with it. Just like, that's it. That's all I need. All right. Peace out, Cub Scout. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Solid.
Is it terrible that I want it to be Chick-fil-A? Like,
I mean-
there's such a terrible company, and I
Yeah.
hate that. But at the same time, I've never had a chicken sandwich that good in my life, and I usually don't eat meat either. It's not fair. It's like, it's so tempting. I'm gonna make my last meal Chick-fil-A. As horrible as that is.
It's
I mean,
okay.
you're already on death row, so like, you know.
Yeah, it's like this is the last time I'm gonna hurt the earth by eating an animal. It's fine, Chick-fil-A.
Exactly. Might as well go out with a bang. So if you could live in one fictional world for a week, where would you live?
If I get superpowers, I'd live in the Marvel universe.
Okay.
If I was
Yes,
the
you
Avengers
would.
for a week. Okay, I'll do that.
All right.
Ooh. Fictional world for a week.
hmm
Am I like a protagonist in this universe, or is it just kind of like you're just some nobody in the middle of it all?
Antagonist.
You can be whatever you want to be in this universe.
Oof. Yeah, you know, I kind of have to go with the superpowers. Yeah, I guess the Marvel universe would be really fun. Meet a lot of colorful characters.
hmm Solid. Good choices. Good choices.
Or Star Wars. Fun too.
Star Wars works too. They're both pretty good.
Safe bet there, yeah.
hmm So I have the honor of asking the last question. Every single person we've spoken to has actually said it is the most important question. What is your favorite color?
Purple.
Specific shade?
Ooh, a nice deep like plum,
Ooh,
or maybe
yeah.
maybe a little darker.
Mhm.
Second would be maroon.
Maroon's a very good color.
Nice dark, rich, reddish purple.
hmm
Okay.
Sid took purple from me last year, so I switched it up to pink. And pink is now my favorite color. It's just
Okay.
very masculine, so I think it takes a real man to rock
Mhm.
pink. So now 90%
true.
of my wardrobe is pink. It's weird I'm not wearing it today. So
Oh.
I'm sure to fit.
Imagine gendering a color.
Yeah, I know, dude. I'm bringing it back. It is
So
going
true.
to be the most masculine color.
hmm
All right. So as Gloria said, that's all the questions we have today. Is there anything that you guys would like to plug?
We already talked about ourselves so much and all our upcoming projects.
That is how an interview works.
That's
so.
kind of the purpose of that. It's to plug your stuff and then put it all at the end and plug it one last time.
Thank you guys so much for having us on. I want to say I really
Yeah.
appreciate it. If you want to support the band, you can listen to our EP on Spotify, Apple Music, whatever. You stream music on Quarantine Happy Hour by Divide by Zero, and look out for our new song next month called Punk.
All right.
And then, you know, our YouTube channel, which we're going to be releasing the new MGK cover. And we also have the old one still up there if you want to give that a listen. So we're going to be posting stuff on that soon as well.
All right.
Solid.
Sounds exciting. Thank you for sitting out with us, guys. It's been Divide by Zero, and we're the Good Noise Podcast.
I just want